So, dragon. There are more than 70 different Chinese characters for writing the word dragon. It is said to occur in 9 distinct subspecies: the celestial dragon, spiritual dragon, winged dragon, coil dragon, horned, snouted, yellow, water dragon, and treasure garden dragons. These are the 9 categories of dragon. The typical dragon is said to possess 3 sections and 9 likenesses. The 3 sections are its head to its forelegs, the forelegs to its waist, and the waist to its tail. The 9 likenesses are as follows. It has a head like a camel, horns like a deer, eyes like those of a demon, rabbit or a prawn, a snake-like neck, the scales of a fish, the belly of a giant clam or a frog, ears like a cow, the forelegs and feet of a tiger, and the claws of an eagle. So those are the 9 likenesses. Yeah. First one is a head like a camel, so it's got that kind of strong head, yeah, a very strong bone structure in the head. Horns like a deer. A dragon has these straight sharp horns, you see, or sometimes horns with tines on them. Eyes like those of a demon, a rabbit or a prawn, essentially meaning the eyes are bulging. The eyes are round and there's a lot of white around the outside, and the pupil is kind of, it's almost like it's a wrathful deity eye. It's bulging out. There's a lot of white. It's very piercing, penetrating. Horns like a deer, eyes like those of a demon, a snake-like neck, that's kind of obvious. Fish scales, which is the body, is obviously covered in scales. The underside, the belly of a giant clam or a frog. That means that the dragon usually has these kind of lines underneath, which are basically run across the body like ribs, which is like the underside of a frog. When you turn a frog over, it's got these kind of stripes that go across. So the scales here, the underbelly is soft on the dragon. Here's a dragon with 5 claws that I was talking about before. There's a dragon with 4 claws, yeah, like that. So these are the different species of dragons. Like this is a water dragon down here.
Can you perhaps just talk a bit about the water dragon, especially?
Well, essentially it's got a snout. It's got like the difference here. The horns has got like a deer here. It's got the ears like a cow, the bulging eyes. This camel head shape, which is on all of these essentially, a bit like a buffalo or camel head shape. Water dragon has a snout of this water monster, which is basically a crocodile. So it's got a snout of a crocodile and these tendrils from a carp, like this. So that's the kind of feature of that, essentially that kind of dragon.
So what's the big concept behind assembling a dragon out of other animals' parts? Is that goes back to the cosmo?
It's just the likeness. Dragons, you see, for the Chinese, you know, it sounds weird, but they really believe in dragons.
Yeah.
Tibetans too. You know, I've met Tibetans who've seen dragons.
Okay.
And then in China, you know, I've probably on YouTube you can get something that says, you know, the Chinese have filmed these lights in the sky, things moving around in the sky. Like in Tibet, one of the early monasteries was called Ralung. Lung is dragon. Yeah, Ra is 9 dragon monastery. And the person who founded that monastery saw 9 dragons ascending from that place into the sky. So he built a monastery. That was a very auspicious place.
So basically, there's when you say they've seen them, is this something that they think sort of lives in the earth, or just like and then comes out and flies in the sky?
Yeah, they say it lives
or how does it work? I mean,
it kind of lives in the earth.
Yeah, so okay.
You know, this is part of the mythology. Okay,
yeah.
It lives in the earth in the winter. It kind of hibernates in the earth. When spring comes, then it ascends from the earth into the heavens. So the dragon is essentially associated with thunder and rain, thunderstorms and rain. So the lightning, when you have thunder and lightning, the lightning is actually, that zigzag is the actual flash of the dragon, these lines that you see around. Okay. Yeah. And then the dragon is chasing this pill, which is like a pill of ball lightning. It's called the night shining pill. So the dragon in China is always represented with a pearl around, chasing a pearl. So when you have zigzag lightning, it's like the tail, it's like the body of a dragon. It just flashes there, comes down to earth, and strikes somewhere. And then there's this big roar, it's the roar of the dragon, yeah? So it's got this connection with fertility, bringing the rain, bringing storms, which make the crops grow. So it's a very, very auspicious symbol in China. But at the same time, you know, because it appears everywhere, and also because it appears in where I come from in Wales, it's on the Welsh flag. You have the Welsh dragon, and then you have the whole legend of St. George and the dragon. It's kind of common to mythology of many, many different cultures in the world. So it's kind of quite a universal symbol. In India, you don't have dragons. What you have is big snakes called nagas, which are like dragons, which also control the rain. Yeah? So these dragons basically hold jewels in their claws like this, and they squeeze these jewels, and from the jewels comes water. So they produce rain. Yeah? So they're dragons are associated. They're auspicious, they're not nasty. Dragons usually seem to be young creatures. They're young, and tigers are old kind of creatures.
So, in the series, dragon is old, very old.
Yeah, which is
very
okay.
Grumpy. So, and that doesn't really happen in Chinese mythology.
It's usually kind of seen as the symbol of a dragon is heaven, and the tiger is earth. Yeah, heaven is